Getting in fantastic physical condition is literally going to change every single area of your life. It's going to make you so much more confident. It's going to increase your self-perception so much, which is like literally the most important thing you can have, is just the way you see yourself, your self-belief, and your self-confidence. And fitness is that building block, which is just really going to make you feel like so much more fulfilled in yourself, so much more confident. It's going to make you just feel a lot better about yourself, and this is really going to help improve every area of your life. It's also really going to help with your level of discipline. It's going to help with your physical health. Also massively helps with your mental health. It's going to put you in a much better mood. You're going to have so much more energy throughout the day because it's boosting your serotonin and your dopamine. Also, the way other people treat you is going to massively increase as well. And just overall, everything you can kind of think of literally will just improve if you get in better shape. Getting in fantastic shape, nothing is going to be worse in your life. And almost everything is going to be significantly better. So the caveat to this, and the issue, which is what I'm going to talk about in this video, is that so many people actually make fitness like the centerpiece of their life, and their life tends to revolve around getting in shape and just going to the gym. So the problem with this is that when you are going to the gym an hour and a half a day, 5-6 days a week, even sometimes 7 days a week, you actually start to miss out on so many of these benefits which you get from being in that fantastic aesthetic movie star shape. And the reason for this is because going to the gym is literally the only thing that a lot of people have going on in their lives right now. So many people go to the gym and then the only times they leave their house is literally for work or for school and just to work out. So the reason why this is so damaging is because it's actually taking up so much of your time, and you don't even get to have any of these essential benefits that you get out of the gym. If you go to social settings, you're not going to be getting any of the compliments which you should be getting. If you're not going out and you're not going into social settings, it's not going to enhance any of that. If you're not working on a new skill, the increased level of confidence isn't really going to portray into that new area you're working into, that new level of clarity that you get from your brain because you're in so much better shape and you're not carrying fat around. It's not going to actually matter too much if you're not actually utilizing it and actually leveling up in other areas of life. So this is why actually having your life to just revolve around the gym is actually quite dangerous. A lot of people do this and they're gym rats. They just worry about the gym, and then outside of the gym they're watching Jeff Nippard videos about the most optimal routine, and they're worried about hitting their nutrition all the time. What's going to happen is all the benefit that you get out of going to the gym, you're just kind of like subduing it, and it's just taking a massive back step because you've set your life up in a way where you're literally just kind of only thing you've got going on is just going to the gym. And this is something which I struggled with in the past, a few years ago, where I would go to the gym 5-6 days a week, and I used to literally go to the gym for an hour and a half each and every time. So, for example, think about someone who's a really talented singer, and they just spend all day in their room. They only sing in the shower or in their room because they're too scared of how other people will think of them, and they don't actually go out, put themselves out there, compete, go into competitions, or go perform. Think about that person. The whole benefit of actually being such a fantastic singer is literally just kind of shut down and just taken away, just because this person hasn't actually taken that skill and actually gone and used it in real life and actually created some real life success from it. So this is what so many people are struggling with right now, who are gym rats and whose lives just revolve around the gym. You're building up this foundation which you could use to massively improve how other people treat you, how you treat yourself, how you walk into a room, how people treat you in social settings, your level of confidence. Everything is just massively going to be boosted and improved in your life. And you're just wasting it. You're just going to the gym and you're just going to work, and then you're spending the rest of the time at home worried about nutrition and watching some YouTuber or TikToker talk about the most optimal workout exercise you can do. This is a shame because you're actually really just wasting all of this benefit you get out of the gym. So here's what I recommend doing if you're someone who's found yourself kind of stuck in this situation or stuck in this scenario where it kind of feels like the only thing going on for you is that you're in shape and that you're going to the gym. I recommend cutting down your workouts first of all. Just cut down to 3 days a week. And when I say this, people go, oh no, because I'm not going to put on as much muscle. This is what I thought as well. However, once I started cutting down my workouts, I found that when I was going into the gym, I wasn't bringing out any fatigue from the day before or the day before's workout. And I was actually in such a better position mentally and physically because I was actually really looking forward to working out. I wasn't super tired. I wasn't overworked. My body was functioning really, really well. So I found that when I did this, I was actually putting on a ton more muscle anyway. I was building up way more strength gains, way more muscle than when I was going 6 days a week. So in a weird way, if you actually just stop worrying about fitness as much as you are and just cut it back a little bit and just go 3 days a week, you're actually going to get so much better at building muscle, at cutting down fat, and at really improving your strength and getting that physique that you want. So this is the first step. Just cut down to 3 days a week. And then the second step is you should obviously have nutrition in your mind and you should be taking it seriously. You should be eating healthy, whole foods like steak, meat, vegetables, things like potatoes, fruit, nuts, and you should be cooking with healthy ingredients like butter and ghee and not seed oils, processed and other kind of foods. So this is something which is key, but if you're just doing this and you're eating really healthy, you're eating clean throughout the week, and you're doing 3 really hard workout routines, you're going to probably put on a lot more muscle than someone who goes 6 days a week and is always sore, is always tired, is continually stressing about hitting certain macro goals, and just kind of spends their whole life revolving around the gym. So in a weird way, first of all, you're going to make more progress. And then the second reason why this is so beneficial is you've now got all this additional time and energy which you have because you're not always tired, you're not always exhausted. Going to the gym actually feels like a privilege and a pleasure, and you actually really enjoy working out. And then on these days where you're resting or just throughout the week, you've got so much more time. This is where you can actually use that asset which you've built, which is your dream physique. You can go learn a new skill like talking to a camera, or going out in public, learning social skills, or you can learn a new skill in work or when you're studying. It's going to give you more time to actually level up in different areas of life. And every single area, you're going to be advantaged. For example, social settings. People are just going to see you and automatically respect you. It's just kind of hardwired into our brain as humans. So having that physique is just that foundation, which is going to be that building block, which is going to mean people respect you a lot more. Your social anxiety is probably going to go away. Your level of confidence in yourself is massively going to go up. Your self-belief is going to improve, which is really going to help you in studying or building a business or learning a new skill or whatever you want to do. And just everything is going to improve. Your brain's going to be able to function a lot better because you're healthy, you're working out, you're getting your steps in, and you're doing some really hard, intense workouts, but you're not overtrained and you're not tired all the time. It's going to lead to your cognitive function in your brain is really going to start to switch on and really going to improve. Also, your mental health is going to be so much better. You're going to have more dopamine, more serotonin from the release of endorphins, and also because you're not tired all the time, you're not stressing out all the time, you just get that additional energy. And I feel like this is the sweet spot where it just has the highest ROI on your mental health and your physical health, and everything is just massively going to improve. So the problem which so many people have is they build up this dream physique, they have this foundation, but then they set their life up in a way where you're just revolving around the gym and you don't have much else happening. Whereas what you should do is, this should be a cornerstone in your life, but it should just be one pillar. It should just be something in the background fitness, which you have, which you know is going to level up every area of your life, and you know is essential for your health and everything, but it's not the priority in your life. And then what happens is, once you've got this mindset, you can then start using this foundation to just level up in different areas of life. Like I said, you can learn a new skill, you can go outside more, you can go meet new people, you can start leveling up your social skills, you can just do a lot more stuff when fitness isn't the number one priority in your life. So if you think about the return on investment as one final point of spending all that time in the gym and all that time outside of work, outside of the gym, just worrying about nutrition and optimizing your workout routine. And you compare this to someone who just goes 3 days a week, who eats clean, who eats healthy, but then outside of this, he actually spends a lot of time socializing, learning new skills, doing new things. The person who's actually going to make the more progress in the gym is the second guy. who's just enjoying it, who loves the process, who's making it so much more fun and enjoyable for himself, and then isn't worrying about it being the priority of their life and worrying about how many times a week they went to the gym, if they did this exercise right. They just kind of have it in the background, and then they use it to kind of really help them in all other areas of life. They actually just end up having a better physique anyway. Because the person who always keeps on switching up their workout, if they go on a YouTube video, for example, and they see that they're doing some exercise, but there's another more optimal exercise that's been introduced. If you keep on switching up your workout routine like that, you're actually just going to make less progress overall. And also, it's going to be less enjoyable for you, so you're going to be less motivated to go to the gym. You're not going to find it anywhere near as fun. Whereas the other person who just really enjoys training, who doesn't obsess over it, and who trains but then has other things going on in their life, and for example, they might be working on their career, working to get a promotion, or just working on a new skill, a new business, really trying to level up their social skills, really trying to go out and meet more people. You'll find that they actually really make more gains in the gym anyway, and it actually leads to a ton more progress. So finally, last point to leave you with, and just the whole purpose of this video. Try not to obsess too much over going to the gym. It's really important to get in fantastic shape, to look really nice. But if you're not actually using that in all other areas of your life, like you're not using it in dating, the additional attractiveness you're going to get, you're not using the additional cognitive function to really do something, and you're not actually using this as a foundation and just using it as literally something to revolve your life around. All of these benefits that are there, you're just kind of leaving on the table. And lastly, it's just going to be a much less enjoyable experience overall with your life if you're just obsessing over how many workouts you did and just being a gym rat, which is what I see so many people today are kind of stuck in the cycle. So if you get into this mindset where obviously it's important, it's a priority, but it's not the priority in your life, then not only are you going to actually improve all areas of your life a lot more and have a much more enjoyable life overall, but also in a weird way, you're going to make a lot more muscle and even make more progress in the gym as well.